time at all. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Crypto After Dark. I'm Keith, Professor Keith, regular Keith, Keith the Simp, all that good jazz. All just Keith to me. Got some interesting stuff to talk about tonight. Markets have started over. It's Q4. Let's get it. All right, welcome back. I'm glad to have everyone here. I'm not exactly sure what the turnout will be. Charts are starting to look short term, a little really nice, good, feel good moment ishy, if that's a thing. And that immediately gives me pause. I don't like that kind of thing. I don't like it when the markets all of a sudden feel, I don't know, squishy. That worries me. I don't like that. When the markets all of a sudden feel real good and fuzzy, and I haven't seen some trend breaks. That worries me. That worries me. If you guys haven't done so, go hit like. They're free. It costs nothing around here to give likes. The more likes we get, the higher up YouTube pushes us up the old algorithm chain. Let me know if you guys can't hear me very well. I messed around with some of the audio settings. Try to make the audio a little bit more crisp. We'll see how it works out. Volume very low. There you go. I thought that might happen. So let me bump these numbers up. Those are rookie numbers, right? We don't want rookie numbers around here. We want pro numbers. So let's bump this decibels up a little bit. How about another 7? There we go. That should be a little higher there. Hopefully that fixes it. Let's go up a little bit more. Let's go up to 9. Bam. All right. Now, let's see if that fixes it. If that's loud enough for everybody. Cool. He says much better. So, first thing I want to get into tonight, talking a little bit about Bitcoin and what's going on. So, we've talked a ton lately about the monthly charts, the weekly charts, and the high time frame in particular. Why do I keep harping on this? Well, this shows us the overall trend on a high time frame of what's going on, so that those little time frames, the daily and lower, all don't feel so herky-jerky, right? The high time frames, I always say this, kind of run the show. And when I say run the show, what am I talking about? I mean, those high time frames look like normal candles. However, when you go down to a daily chart, inside that high time frame, you see these large candles and you get these emotional trigger words that come up. What emotional trigger words am I talking about? Pump, dump, moon, launch. All these kind of words that make you feel good, but don't make you any money. In fact, you're more often going to lose money by using that kind of language than you will make money. I don't want to see anybody lose money. I want to see everybody make the maximum amount. So, we're going to dive into Bitcoin. Let's go say hey to everyone first. We always say hey to everybody because y'all are kind of my family, man. I like to say hey and what's up, right? Shorty Guzman, good to see you, brother. He thinks the debt dollar goes down and makes Bitcoin go up. We'll see. What's up, Frank Scott Hoyle? I'm in the country state of mind thinking about the what, not the why. Let's go, dude. Billy Bob, man's holding up some fingers. True or false? True. Varsity Blues. That's pretty good, dude. They scanned my cat. They said my cat's good. I remember that shit. Dynamis, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Frog with a hat. U-Boat, Dirty Dan, Rope-a-Dope, Los, Fabio, Scott Hoyleman, JD Crypto, Arizola JC, what's up? Los, what's up, Keith? Sorry, he says. It's all good. Knox, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Tom Pazderka, good to see you. Ignacio Cervantes, stop screaming. Frank says that's great. Revis says, I still can't hear. Barely hear you, Keith. More volume? Okay, more volume. We'll go up higher. Let's give the people what they want. How about that? Is that louder? That's like screaming loud over here on the little meter jumping around. Like the little meter is going crazy over here. There. That's like, it should be screaming loud. Perfect volume. Cool. So let's continue on down our journey here. Going in on Bitcoin a bit. Almost woke the wife up. That's pretty good, dude. Sorry. All right. I've got this trend line drawn right here, this purplish line, as you see. this is forming a bit of a triangle, a bear flag at the bottom of a long run. There's a lot of chitter chatter right now going around the space about this thing being bullish, and we're going up to 25,000, 35,000, and 42,000 are the latest ones I've had sent to me. Talking about how great the price is and how wonderful the chart's going to be very rapidly. I just don't buy that yet, and I'll get into why. Well, fine then. Leave the HVAC life and us. I see how it is. Lowrider 858. Is that Dustin? I'm not sure if that's Dustin or not. But I don't know who Lowrider 858 is, but that's a dope name. But if I ever have to, I can always go back to that life. But I really don't want to, right? I really don't want to graduate. It is me. What's up, Dustin? Good to see you, brother. Hope everything's good over there at the old place. I thought about riding by the other day on a Monday because I was up. Thought about just riding in there and shooting the bull and hanging out with everybody. But my Mondays end up busy these days, man. I get up at 8, and then sometimes, or actually Monday I get up at 7 at minimum. Thrash on the computer, get planned up, do our monthly round, a Monday roundup. Then we have a Tuesday live stream, and we have Wednesday live stream plus schedules with Q&A after. Then we have Thursday plus a Zoom after that every week. There's consults all tossed in between those, business meetings with other people. Man, it gets a little wild in here. You wouldn't believe it. You would think, oh God, Keith's just bullshit. No, it's not that simple, dude. Plus, handling all that other stuff, but you don't have to text me. You can come on here and shoot the shit all you want. That's what we do this for. Morning, Andreas. Good to see you, brother. Reeves says good to go. All right, so interesting that you got on here when you did, Dustin, because prices are about to get very good for a lot of this stuff. And if that's the case, it's a great opportunity for you to throw a couple $100 at it and just park it and leave it. So again, this 20,000 level that it's at right now, testing the bottom of this, is not as good as people are making it out to be. And I want to scan out to the monthly chart real quick and show you what I'm talking about. I've got Bollinger Bands pulled up. I'm going to talk about those again in a second. So let's bounce out to the monthly chart. This is weekly. All right. You can see that we threw this red candle, which for the first time since 2020 closed below the level of 20,000 on the monthly chart, not a wick, not a daily wick. I'm talking about a monthly chart. That's the first time that's happened in quite a while. All right. Since that happened, what's happened now? We've started moving right back toward that trend line again, toward that $20,000 psychological resistance level again. Are we going to hold it? I think it may hold for a day or two or three here. All right. I don't think by the end of the week this thing stays up this high. If it does, and I'm wrong, which I'm happy to be wrong, this signals that we can go farther. Then we can head up towards 25,000 and a half, maybe 27,000. Up toward where the 200-day moving average is on the daily chart. And this is what I'm talking about on that. Up here near 27,500, all the way up here where the 200-day moving average is. But that wouldn't happen very rapidly. It leads me to believe that we're going to come in lower than that, around 24,000 and a half or 25,000, if, and I say this word, if we break the trend here and can head up. All right. And it would be a short-term break somewhere around over here. Probably failed 22,000, but hold above the trend line, bounce around a bit, jog, and go. As you see, this $20,000 psychological level is dead in the middle of this big, huge triangle we have formed right here that kind of looks like a UFO or something. It bounced over the pivot today, closed over the pivot, trying to become its bullish self, trying to ruin the short party. There is a short-term trend line running up right here, so it's trying its best to bounce over that. Let's go look at the CME chart real quick. CME chart, very similar. In fact, you'll see while these moving averages look a touch different, they're at the same key levels. All right, while they look different, they're at the same key levels. So this 50 moving average hasn't got touched yet, and it's up near 21,130. This 50-day moving average got hit and has flipped. All right, the price is actually over top of it now. So people are asking me, well, what does that mean? Well, that just shows you the arbitrage between crypto exchanges and the futures market where the big dogs are, right? It shows the difference in between the two and how they kind of bounce back and forth. So tough call here. We'll see if it moves on up and keeps going, but I kind of get this vibe that it's heading up toward this level of 21,138, 21,250. 21,200, 21,200. Let's see if it can get up there. That's where the 100-day moving average is sitting. There's a chance that happens, and if that happens, what it look like on the futures chart? That happens to be right around the same level as the 50-day moving average here, which is right about 21,150, 21,200. As you see, 21,165. I kind of get the vibe that that's going to happen. Can it flip it and break it? We'll see. If it does go up there and hit it, is it going to fail fast enough to break this wedge down? It doesn't look like it to me. It looks like this thing wants to break this wedge north. I hope I'm right, and everyone makes a lot of money. All right. I kind of feel on my own here, this all seems very bearish, and it seems like a psych out, and I'm not falling for it. And I want to show you the Ethereum chart to show you what I'm talking about. Everybody had that same feeling when this happened, right? Felt good for the moment, how it ran up here and started breaking barriers and feeling good. It ran up and smacked that, and then it came right back down and failed more. And it hasn't really pulled out of this rut yet. It's trying to bounce back off the 1618 level here. I'm sorry, the 618 level here. Hasn't quite done it yet. Can it do it? Well, we're going to find out very shortly. It looks like we're still stuck in range under 1371. Can we get through that and actually break 453, get above well, really it's going to end up being about 490, that 450 to 490 level under 1500. That's going to be the super key level to break. Break and hold, great. If not, you're going to get more rollover and more down. And I think you're seeing Ethereum kind of out front on what's happening here little by little. Just kind of looks that way to me. Like Ethereum's moves are happening a little quicker and a little sharper than the Bitcoin ones are. I think, I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing. And I don't necessarily know that that's a lock. Just what I see on the charts, right? Just what I see. It looks like Ethereum moves are a little cleaner now. And the Bitcoin moves seem a little choppy. If that's the case, it shows indecision. And indecision at the bottom, I don't know, man. That's a tough call. So, again, even an 821 cross here doesn't necessarily satisfy my criteria for wanting to buy or get into anything long here. It still seems sideways and down at best case scenario to me. There's an upper trend line way up here as well. Last time this happened was November of 18. Similar pattern, similar price action, similar fail units, serious support levels, similar price action on the moving averages. Just gives me that vibe we're going to have the same thing happen again. That sucks. I hope it doesn't. I hope it works out better and we go up here and, and this is the bottom. That's what I really hope. I've had multiple people crap talk me and tell me how we're at the bottom. Not only are we at the bottom, but XRP is taking over soon. Like, it's a bit much. It's a bit much, really. Let's see what you guys are saying over here real quick. What's up, Grissman? Nate S., what's up, dude? Good to see you. Rest of crypto YouTube saying weekly trend line on linear is broken, but scale not accurate. Are you talking about total market cap or Bitcoin or what, China Matt? More downside. Yeah, he's saying more downside right there. Frank says 589. What's good, Liam? Good to see you, brother. John Plouffe. Finally hit a live stream. What's up, brother? Good to see you. I think I said your name right. I don't know that for sure because it's French as hell. But we'll see. Bitcoin. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin linear chart and zoom out a bit on the weekly. Yeah, the very tip top of that wick, sure. It appears that we've hit that, and that's just a 20,000 barrier. But even this looks like we slipped under and testing the bottom of it. Is that not what you see? Does that look like we slipped under resistance and tagged the bottom? I mean, that's kind of the vibe I get there. And yeah, I mean, MACD is moving up on the weekly, and RSI still got bearish divergence, doesn't it? Yeah, it's still got bearish divergence. That's still trending down. Best case Ontario, it's like that. That's still not great. Yeah, it just feels like false ups right now for me, and I can't buy this until it gets up over this trend line and proves it for a bit, much like Twitter recently did. It broke a trend line and then bounced really nicely from that trend line. Hey, what's up, Heath? Good to see you, brother. Is BTC correlated with the equities market? There's an argument, Tom, that Bitcoin runs similar to the NASDAQ 100. It's hard to say, though. I will say that they're traded together these days, especially on the futures market. Futures market has its own time frame similar to the NASDAQ top 100. So I can't deny that. But I will say the percentages are so much different. The NASDAQ may move 3 points and Bitcoin moves 30%. You know what I mean? Or the NASDAQ might move 10% and Bitcoin moves 2%. Are they in the same direction? Yeah, but is the percentage gains and losses the same? It's nowhere near the same. The money movement is massively different. So while there may be a correlation, it's important to chart it on its own, so you can see the different support and resistance levels and understand the percentages gain lost each time. Let's see. Hey, what's up, Isham? Good to see you, brother. Guat Ken, any thoughts on eGold? Nope. I haven't looked at eGold, but we can look at it real quick. I don't know what farm is. Is that a token you want to look at? What's up, Aaron Von Braun? Good to see you, dude. Quant and XRP. All right, so let's look at eGold first. Yeah, so honestly, what I see on Bitcoin, last thought, it's going to take a bit for this to play out, and it's absolutely killing me. I want this to get over with already. It's starting to stress me out, starting to irritate me. Just make your move and do your thing so we can move on. All right? If you're going to go up, go up. Great. Make this move and get on. If you're going to go down, fine. Do your thing. Go down. For God's sakes, just do the move so that I can move on and start making more plans. Sitting in this sideways, do-nothing position is horrible. Last part, Bollinger Bands. Bollinger Bands help indicate volatility. The tighter the bands get, the more volatility will come. And the sooner it will come as well. When the Bollinger Bands are very wide apart, there's less volatility or more sideways action. As you see, very wide bands. What went down immediately came back up, and it kind of balanced itself out a little bit and started to kind of narrow up some before more volatility came in. When you see them get very tight, like this, you see moves are imminent. When these moves become imminent, the Bollinger Bands spread back out. Here we are again. Bollinger Bands are getting tight. This range right here was much tighter, though. So that was about 30% worth of range. And as you see here, you're still about 44% range. What does that tell me? Well, if it goes sideways for another week or two, those Bollinger Bands are going to tighten up more. And the more they tighten up, the higher the volatility and the shorter amount of time it's going to take for that to happen. So we'll see. The largest moves tend to be, you know what? I had that in linear mode. Let me remeasure that shit. 28%. That's the difference in linear mode. Still 44 over here, right? Still 44%. So that tells me it's got a good couple weeks to tighten up. You see how tight back here it got before you actually got a really solid movement off of the bands, flipping the bands over, touching the top of the bands, and then riding up. Let's see this play out at least the end of the week. Prove it to me that by the end of the week you can stay above 20,000 for the whole week, and we can talk more. I just don't know if it's got the juice in it. You know, these high time frame moves tend to rule the roost, and you know, monthly wise, this thing's just trending down, this pretty as you please. So, let's move on to another one. eGold. All right. So this is crypto cap. That's 1.2 billion in eGold. A lot of these have their market caps on them now, which are pretty darn neat. That their market caps are now listed for us to be able to get on there and use and see. All right, eGold's still been making this horrible look. Weekly still under the Bollinger Bands. In fact, it's hitting the Bollinger Bands midline right now. I said under the Bollinger Band. I meant under the Bollinger Band midline. It's hitting that now, and volatility is coming in. Look at that. Look how tight the bands are. We just talked about that on Bitcoin. Let's pull up our basic moving averages. We're trying to break the weekly AEMA now. You've already broken all the daily EMAs without checking them. You may get a swift move here, but be careful because none of these crossings right here got checked. It crossed right through all these moving averages without any price action, bouncing back and testing these as they break. Remember, moving averages act as temporary support and resistance. So it should test these levels as it goes across them. It did not test any of them. So this move feels a little bit invalid to me based on the fact that I expect this to chop out eventually and stop. It may make a short-term run up. Are you going to be able to catch that wick? Well, go ahead and set you some take profit levels along the way if you've already purchased this. That way it kicks the order out for you because you don't have any guarantee that it's going to stay up there that long. However, there is a solid possibility this ring runs up toward the 200 moving average. Many others have done it. There's a solid possibility this one does it as well. And that level would go all the way up to about $77, which is pretty darn good. I don't know that's going to happen for sure because not all of them have done that move, just some. And every time I assume that everyone's going to do it, it doesn't do it. So frustrating. I think you wanted to look at this one. You said farm. So yeah, chopping around, but stuck under the 200, right up against it. As a matter of fact, this one feels more safe. Just waiting on this thing to flip the 200 moving average before you get into it. Up to you though. I'm not a financial advisor. Not financial advice yet, but it's been chopping sideways, and this thing may range out more here. Its volatility is pretty darn high, and it doesn't seem to want to move the most swiftly on this particular time frame. What about the weekly? It may be catching up. Oh yeah, the weekly bands have started to get very, very narrow. You're trying to break the midline now, but it hasn't yet. That needs to break first. And I would wait just a bit. I mean, that's just me, but I like to be more safe than sorry, just the way I am. I'm more risk adverse than most. Why is that? Well, once you have money, it's easy to like the saying goes with the Vanderbilt. Cornelius Vanderbilt used to say that. But any fool can make money. Any imbecile can make money, I think was the quote or some shit like that. He says it takes true brain power to maintain that money. What's interesting is his family lost most of that money after he passed. He was good at making it. Everyone else was good at spending it. Kind of shitty, right? I think so. All right. Thank you, Danny. That's dope, brother. He said smash the like button. He also posted a 786 Unlimited, the website there for everyone to go click on. We have an awesome Discord, by the way, in case none of you guys are in Discord. I don't know why you're not. But right here it is. You click on it. Bam. This is where it takes you. Hops over to our Discord server where our general chat is. It'll spit you out here. Come talk and chop it up and hang out. It is free for general admission. You don't have to pay to subscribe if you don't want. Come on, folks. There's no obligation to do anything. You want to come hang out? Come hang out. We talk about this stuff all the time. Rarely do I answer DMs on any other platform. But if you message me there, I'm likely to message you back. Thank you. If you'd like to sign up, right here is our Launchpass link. I'll copy and paste it for you right here. It's a whopping $16 a month. I know that breaks most of you guys, and that's like the most crazy amount of money you could ever possibly spend on one thing. But yes, $16 whole a month. Again, no obligation. Don't do it if you don't want. Let's move on to the next one. He's got Quant here. QNT has had a really interesting run, man. Hella frustrating. This is doing a lot of bouncing around right the same place Atom did. Slapping the 50 fib, slapping a resistance line. While it broke barriers, it's gotten stuck here. And what do I mean? Take a little zip out here on the weekly chart. We do see a really nice inverse head and shoulders. Can't deny it. Now, if Bitcoin were to move up to that 200 moving average, would that move with it? Well, there's a high probability. High probability you get a lot of apes trying to buy after the fact. But again, this doesn't check any of the things it should have checked. It blew right through that 50 moving average. Hasn't came back and retested yet on the weekly chart. Daily chart's fiddling around with that 50 fib a little too much for my liking. It is trending up, both indicators. There's such a thing as missing the train. And I kind of feel like I missed the train, so I'm just going to stay off. There's no reason to try to jump on a moving train. MACD is losing buyer volume every day. It looks to be trying to roll over. RSI already went into overbought right up against the 50 Fib, right up against resistance. That's a formula for sell for me, not for buy. So is that short term? Is it just going to come back down here and gain some momentum? Fully possible. Fully possible. Let's play the ball as it lies and not necessarily need to run and jump into anything because there's no need. All right, over to XRP, which has been the talk of all the shills all over the place about how everything is going to the moon again because we weren't there for a while because of the mean old SEC. And now we are again, right? Because the SEC got one piece of evidence taken away. That really did it. So you think they're going to quit that easy? You're wrong. Anyway, making a bull flag here. I just don't like it fiddling around with this 200 moving average here. Can it do what Quant did and continue breaking north up to this trend line? Yeah, sure can. How long is that going to take? Man, wish I could tell you all the answers, but MACD's rolled over. RSI does have bearish convergence. And what do I mean by that? You have a downtrend forming on a low time frame. Your strength here is falling. See that? This little line right here breaks. She is donezo. Coming on down if that happens. Let's watch carefully. As you see, it's running out of time. That looks like October 7th or 8th, which would be the end of the week. Let's see what happens. Not hurrying up and doing anything. There's no need to freak out and hurry up and buy anything. We can be smart about this and calculated about this. And I've talked about this before, but those higher time frames are very, very crucial. When we see those flip bullish, that's a market signal. We can kind of sit back, get our bull suits on, and find better buying spots and kind of loosen our stranglehold on the market a little bit. That's not happened yet. Please understand that's not happened yet. I'm going to show you Atom, for example, of what I think Quant is doing, which is a similar action. It's pinned up against the 200 moving average, slapping it, bouncing off of it over and over again. Having a hard time getting across it. I'm not Quant. I'm at the 50 Fib. Right here is about where the 50 Fib is on Atom 2 if I pull it in the other direction. Slapping up against it. Quant's already broken the 200. XRP is banging around with the 200 moving average right now. Very similar charts, just on different scales. All right. I kind of expect this to happen for XRP, where it fiddles and fades a little bit, breaks down north, and breaks down south, and falls under some of these moving averages and gets kind of stuck. And while Atom had a good couple days there, and it kind of rebounded real quick and felt good, I had a couple dotted lines here I thought may get hit. One of them got hit, and it did bounce off of that. Could you have played a little long there? Yes. I still see it stuck under this 200, and I feel like that 200 is going to continue to push it down. It's got to go through the 8, 21, and 50 moving average all at once right now. If it does, that won't last. It's unsustainable in my opinion. You'll get short-term failure right after that. What's up, Kevin? Good to see you, brother. Ken, what's up, dude? He said, I got Ken M says XRP 10 cent. Whew. What did you mean? You mean 1 cent. Well, whatever. Either way. Guan King says, appreciate the perspective. No, appreciate you coming, bro. Jeremy Monroe says 589 inbound. I tuned in late. Keith, did you talk about AVAX yet? No, Jalapeno. By the way, I know that's supposed to be jalapeno, but Ricky from Trailer Park Boys says jalapeno. So I'm always going to call it a jalapeno just because it's funny. AVAX. It's funny to me. Maybe it ain't funny to y'all. It's just hilarious to me. So I'm going to go down to 4 hour here and show you what I mean. But this is still a bearish retest. Even though it's come up and slapped these levels a couple times and broken through some barriers on the 4 hour and what would look like broken through barriers on the daily, I still see a bearish retest here. I'm not falling for this. It does look like a higher low and it's trying to make a higher high. It's got to break trend to do that. It hasn't broken trend in a really long time. Could it break trend now? Yeah. Do I expect everything to break trend right now? No, I don't. 50 moving average is pressing down. I kind of feel like we're going to get a trend line that lines up with the 50-day moving average right here and may get a test on it, just like you did Bitcoin. I still see everything longer term down. And I know this sucks. And this one, BNB, Jesus, man. Like this had everything bearish going for it here. and caught the 100 moving average like it was the strongest line on earth and is holding it. Are you kidding me? I said I would close this out if it crossed this line. I'm seriously debating doing it now, just stopping and getting out of this short. I know it's long-term short, but how much longer am I willing to stay in this and risk it? I'm not sure it's much longer. So I'm going to watch this one really closely, and I may exit this position coming up soon. That sucks to say, but it's not doing what I needed to do. What's the point in being in something if it's not going to do what you want? Same things I preach, I must practice. Keith, I saw you on blockchain sporting wood. Oh, you're stupid, dude. I don't know where that was, but okay. I saw you on the blockchain sporting wood. That's pretty good, dude. I hope it was a good wood. Oh, right. Oh, that's where it's from. I've been calling it because my friends, but I didn't know it was from Trailer Park Boys. Absolutely, dude. I tried to paste a chart link that was already charted up, but YouTube ain't having it. Right. Okay. No worries. So, look, that's been 30 minutes already. Just like that. In a snap of a finger, 30 minutes goes by in no time. So, we'll be back tomorrow, again, 2 p.m. in the afternoon for Crypto Before Dark. There'll be a 30-minute question and answer over on the Discord in the Voices chat for anyone who'd like to come hang out afterwards and ask me questions directly. Knock yourself out. We have a whole 30-minute session just for that for anyone who wants to. And then we'll be back Thursday again. Crypto After Dark for one solid full hour with the Zoom after. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate every single person who shows up. Y'all don't really get what it means to me, but it matters. It does. If I can help people, great. I'm working on some stuff in the background. Bear with me. It's going to take some time. Thank you all. I'll see y'all on the next live stream. If you could have been anywhere in the world, like the Notorious B.I.G. said, you still chose to come here. And I appreciate that. Thank you. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.